Well, welcome to the first of what I hope will be several videos dedicated to this brand new product, which is the Hotone Ampero Control. Hey there, I'm Scott at the Pedal Guy. How you doing? Well, we're all about pedal demos, pedal knowledge, and pedal sales. I love pedals, and so do you. If this is your first visit to my channel, take a second, click on that subscribe button down there, give me a thumbs up, help my video rank in the YouTube algorithm so I can make more content for you. The core feature of the Ampero Control is simply this: send and receive MIDI messages. That's all this pedal does. That's what it's meant to do. It is a control workhorse. So it can be used in a wide variety of different environments inside of your studio. For example, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to set it up with an Ampero. In follow-up videos, I will show you how to use it with other peripherals inside the studio, like other guitar pedals that have MIDI on it, maybe a synthesizer, maybe a drum machine. Definitely, we'll talk about how to use it with a DAW, because you can use an Ampero Control to actually control the stop, start, and recording of your DAW, so you don't have to use a computer keyboard. That makes it really excellent. And it's all done first by downloading the app from the App Store or from the Android store, and after you're done with that, we'll go ahead and show you how to connect it up, and then I will show you how to set it up with an Ampero. Let's get to that demo. To start, what we need to do is we need to connect our phone to the Ampero Control. So to do this, you bring up the Ampero Control app. When you first boot up this program, it asks you to sign in. You don't have to do that, but now it's going to go ahead and search for devices. So I'm going to press and hold the second and third foot switch, and that's going to bring the Ampero Control right here for me to select, and then click on the connect to selected devices, and in a matter of seconds, my app will be connected to my Ampero Control. Now that we've paired the Ampero Control app to the Ampero Control, let me show you how the app works. In the upper left corner, you've got the bank list where you can select one of 100 different banks here. I already have one created called TPG Ampero, but if I select the next one down, you can see that that's reflected on the Ampero Control itself. For now, I'm going to go back to the TPG Ampero bank that I already set up. Now below that, you can see that there is a carousel where you can do the same exact thing. So you can do it either from the bank list here, or you can do it in more of a linear fashion here. Now to the far right, you've got the save button. We don't need to worry about that yet, but it is important as we get further into the product. Below that, you've got the 4 foot switches, where you can program each individual foot switch on the Ampero Control to perform a specific task via MIDI messages. To the right of that, you've got your Control 1 and Control 2 inputs here on the back, which correspond to anything else you'd like to do, like say, for example, add an additional Ampero switch, or maybe the Ampero press is an additional expression pedal or volume pedal. All of that's available to you. But I don't want to get too far into the weeds here. What we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on this first foot switch here, and I'm going to show you how to set this foot switch up to control the first signal block of the Ampero preset. To do this, what we need to do is change the mode. The work mode is currently set to single. We need to change that to toggle. So we're going to go ahead and select toggle. Now I will say this does require you to know a little bit about MIDI, so if you don't know what's going on here, to a certain degree you're okay, but you probably will need to brush up on your MIDI messages so you clearly understand what each of these modes will do. But for right now, if we want to turn something on and off with a single foot switch, we're going to go to toggle. Okay, so we have A group and we have B group, and then next to that we have a save, we have a template button, and we have a trash button, and we also have a test button, so we can send a test MIDI message if we want to. I'm going to go to A group, and this is going to be our on switch. So when the A group is selected, I'm going to program that to be an on, and then I'm going to program a B switch, a B group, which is going to turn it off. Okay, very simple to do. We're going to go to the template, and Ampero, the Hotone guys have set up everything here. All the really popular things are here. For example, the Helix, the Kemper, Beat Buddy, Strymon, the Whammies. We're going to go to Ampero for this demonstration here, and I'm going to go to Effects 1 on. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Let's expand it out, and you can see that it is sending a controller message 48, which is linked to that specific MIDI message, and it has a maximum value of 127, which means it's on. So I'm going to go ahead and select load, and that's going to put it into this first foot switch. I'm then going to go to group B, and I'm going to do the same exact thing, except this time I'm going to select effects 1 off. So if we go and expand on that, you can see that it's still MIDI, it's still controller message 48, and it's got a value of 0, meaning off. So 127 on, 0 is off. Go ahead and load that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to save that. Go ahead and save, and we are ready to see if this works. So let's go ahead and connect the Ampero Control to the Ampero, and let's see if it works. What we need to do now is connect the Ampero Control to the Ampero. So I've got a MIDI cable already connected to the MIDI in on the back of the Ampero. So I'm going to take this MIDI cable and plug it into the MIDI output on the back of the Ampero Control, and that is pretty much it. So now let's talk about how to set it up inside of the Ampero, and let's see if what I just set up works. All right, we've got an up close and personal here with the Ampero. I'm going to go ahead and select global and then MIDI channel. And you can see right here that you've got one of 2 different options. You can select Omni, which means that the Ampero will listen to anything that's sending MIDI messages throughout all 16 MIDI channels, or you can specify which MIDI channel you want it to receive MIDI on. In this case, because it's a simple setup, I'm going to stick with Omni for right now, but do keep this in mind as you get more complicated with your MIDI setup. Okay, now from here I'm going to go to Edit, and the goal here is to make sure that this effect here, Signal Block 1, will turn off and on with the app. So I'm going to go to the A group, and I'm going to send a test message. And as you can see, it now turned it on. I'm going to go to the B group. I'm going to send that test message again, which is going to be the off message. And there it goes. It's all done. So now what I'll do is I'll zoom back so you can see the Ampero Control working with the Ampero. Okay, at this point I have turned the app off because I've already saved this to the Ampero Control. So if I press that first foot switch, it turns off the first signal block. If I press it again, it turns it off. That's how easy it is to work with the Ampero Control. It just takes a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it, you'll really appreciate that you took the time to learn it. Well, that concludes this video. I hope you found it helpful. If there are any other peripherals that you'd like to see me connect an Ampero Control to, use the comment section below and let me know, and we'll see you in the next demo. Well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any further questions, be sure to visit us at thepedalguy.com. But in the meantime, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly videos and tutorials. Thanks for stopping by here at thepedalguy.com, where I love pedals and so do you.